see you there. I don't really know what's happening in Feral right now. Like, Cinder Knot happened, and I'm trying to record a lore video, but this just looks really cool. Oh my. Okay, focus. Anyways, today I'll be sharing a short Blood Tundra theory about your favorites, Luka and the Castaway. This story is really edgy and is basically a fan fiction. I only realized that halfway through writing the script, but first let's just talk about quests that back up this theory. There were two quests that I think are about Luka and the Castaway. Those quests are Washed Up and An Especially Cold Case. An Especially Cold Case is a suspicious quest about a historian in the Blood Tundra who wants to find out about a murder. You pick up a cloth, a knife, and a frozen heart to help him finish the case. The historian thinks the murderer is dead, but you know the blade is clean and the scarf looks like the cloth belongs to the Castaway. That brings us to the next quest. In the Washed Up quest, Luka tells you a kobold has washed up onto Blood Tundra shore and you should collect his things so he can recover. You pick up a music box, a cloth that looks exactly like the scarf of the victim in the last quest, and a photo of a kobold's family. From these quests, Luka acts so suspicious and the Castaway owns a bloody cloth. It's plausible to think that Luka is the cold-hearted killer who doesn't want you to find out about their failed attempts at murdering the Castaway. But don't be so quick to judge. I know the truth, and it's that Luka is not the murderer. Luka did absolutely not try to stab the Castaway. Luka is actually innocent and has the best intentions for all kobolds, including the Castaway. Their heart is not as cold as ice, and I can prove it. Or I can at least theorize about it, so let me tell you a story. There was a time when there was only two expanses, Mugmire Marsh and Big Lake Root Valley, because I don't know what else to call it. What's now Blood Tundra was connected to Osaga Village at the bottom of Lake Root. But Big Lake Root was under tension because a huge war between the two villages was going on. Osaga Village and Arrow Peak Village were fighting. Back then, Luka and the Castaway were good friends who lived in Osaga Village together. Luka's fur hadn't turned white yet, and they even took a family photo together. They also owned a music box that said, "In Arms Entwined." But the war severely impacted Luka and the Castaway. Luka knew that the war wouldn't end well. In fact, they knew the bottom half of Lake Root Valley was going to be separated, chopped off from the rest of the expanse, while the land and villagers would be cursed. Luka knew they could try and protect the other kobolds by messing with their memory, but Luka couldn't do that to the Castaway because they were Luka's closest friend. So Luka sent the Castaway to Arrow Peak Village, on the other side of Lake Root that wouldn't be cursed. Luka destroyed all proof of them being friends, including ripping their photos, and never talked to the Castaway again. Meanwhile, Luka was trying to keep the blood kobolds sane as the curse messed with them. After the war, a curse was put on the Blood Tundra, like Luka expected. The Blood Tundra was separated from the core of the world, and time felt like it was looping over and over. Luka was able to avoid memory issues by drinking some nasty, gross tree sap, but sometimes they wished they didn't have to remember the war, or the way they sent away their best friend. Luka says in one quest, "After all, it's fun and games until things get out of hand, and then things are never the same and they can't undo what they've done, and they're forced to turn over that horrid moment in their head for the rest of time." Maybe Luka's reminiscent of the war or the Castaway. Then, a historian came to Feral to try and figure out why the Castaway, who used to live in Osaga Village in Big Lake Root, disappeared. Luka knew the truth that the Castaway had been sent to live in Arrow Peak, but wanted to protect the Castaway from the issues of the Blood Tundra. Luka faked the Castaway being murdered using a piece of the Castaway's old scarf and a knife. Then they carved a heart out of ice to seem like the murderer died too. LUKA didn't care if they were suspected to be a killer because their reputation was already tarnished enough. They just wanted the historian to stop trying to meddle with Blood Tundra history when LUKA already kinda sorta had the entire Blood Tundra situation under control. Not really. LUKA, the leader of the Blood Tundra, was glad everything was finally calm in the tundra once that historian had disappeared. But then the castaway showed up. He had gone through a portal that opened between Lakru and Blood Tundra and washed up onto the harbor, like Karen did in the Up the River quest. The castaway murmurs to you, "I fell, LUKA's sword." The castaway was really talking about how during the war, he fell and LUKA's sword protected him. The castaway missed LUKA and wanted to see them again, but LUKA just wanted the castaway to stay safe and not turn out like themselves. LUKA's fur was already white with the effects of the curse in old age, and the same curse was affecting the castaway on the back of his head in the shape of a palm where he had been struck while fighting in the war. LUKA sends you to pick up the castaway's belongings, all things of sentimental value that the castaway brought to try and convince LUKA to let him stay. But LUKA couldn't let that happen, so they brought the castaway back into the village, scolded him, and sent him back to Arrow Peak. While many think that the castaway is dead, the castaway still recludes in Arrow Peak Village, hoping that one day, the curse and the battles will finally end, so we can finally join LUKA in the peaceful Lakeroot Valley village that they once lived. Oh my gosh, Kate, that was like a really edgy story. I didn't realize how edgy it was, and then I started talking all dramatic, and I had to record this 300 times. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, honestly, if you're still watching this to the end, then props to you. Thank you so much. But there's definitely a lot of flaws in this theory, so feel free to comment your thoughts on this theory down below. You can also comment your personal theories. Also, the Castaway Quest footage was provided by Feral Mysteries, so thank you so much to them. They're a feral YouTuber who makes quest videos, so I really recommend checking them out. But that's all for this really strange video. If you want, you could join my Discord server, because there I post findings of lore, and it's just a really great place to come and hang out. Or you could also join the official Feral Discord, which I'll link down below, and talk in Spec Chat, because there's an amazing lore community there. But that's all, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!